There he is. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, well, behind the scenes little featurette for the Justice League Blu-ray or download, or the heck, because the download, of course, you can actually download Justice League tomorrow. Who's downloading it? Legally. I don't know if a lot of people raised their hands right there, but anyways, yeah, there's a little featurette that showed up today that everybody's kind of, hey. I mean, the biggest thing was the shot right here, of course, when they were filming the scene where Clark, of course, opens up. He does the infamous, "Hey, Clark Kent, something's happening. I must run off and rip my shirt apart to reveal my symbol," and then, who knows what happens after that. But it was just nice to see that Snyder was just like chilling right there, and he had a big smile on his face when they were rehearsing and everything. I mean, a lot of people, there were some people that were like, yes, it was a Snyder shot, I was like, well, yeah, that was kind of obvious because look at his face. But I think mainly people were just happy to see Snyder standing there smiling like a little kid, filming the infamous shot. I even said that too. I was going, they need to have that shot. I think I said that a long time ago, before Justice, way before. This is when BTS was still in there, and I said they need in Justice League or something. They actually do need to have that infamous, pulled apart, because it's Superman. You have to have that. I mean, you're paying homage to all versions of Superman and everything. But anyways, let's talk about some of the other stuff. I mean, some of it's stuff we've seen, but what they mainly talk about in here, we get with Wilkinson talking about the costumes, mainly, the Superman costume and the tactical bat costume, but he also talks about the new bat costume, which, he talks about the cowl, and it is very noticeable that the cowl wraps around Ben's face a lot better in his neck because, in Batman vs Superman, he looked more like broader, like almost like he didn't have a neck, and they changed that up and it wrapped around his neck, and then when they did the reshoots, it got all fucked up again. So it's cool stuff, and I'll have the featurette down below. I'll have it on my site, just in case you haven't seen it yet. But what a little interesting thing that they actually show here is, talking about the Superman suit. Well, first off, yeah, you see glimpses of the black and silver suit, like actual drawings of Cavill wearing the suit. So maybe, I don't know how early on, maybe they thought that he was going to wear the suit. They were throwing that idea. I mean, when it comes to costume design, that's very early on too, Scripts still being rearranged and everything. So maybe at one point they thought, oh yeah, he's going to wear the suit. But then it just ended up being where, okay, we're just going to display it. He's not going to wear it or anything like that. But you do see that they actually made it, obviously they made it. We saw that in the deleted scene that got released. But what's interesting is he talks about how with this new Superman suit, they do put these silver padding underneath the costume. So when you see it, it does shine a little bit. And, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of it. I like how the Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman suit looked. And the fact that when you see the Superman suit in the light and it gets reflected on, it just looks kind of weird. Looks kind of weird to me. But this kind of brings up something that I thought about, and I'm going, that opening cell phone shot is just fucking dumb! Because I could be okay with the new suit having the silver padding and stuff like that, but the thing that just, and it's just so funny because, I've had little arguments with people saying like, oh yeah, the deleted scene where he gets the new costume serves no purpose, and the opening scene, reflects back to Christopher Reeves and fuck that. You show both of those scenes to like film students or just people in film who are unbiased, who don't really give a shit about this cape shit, okay? They're going to tell you that, no, the scene where he goes and looks for the costume is more relevant than that opening dumb scene. Because the deleted scene harkens back to Man of Steel, okay? And that's just perfect. That's perfect trilogy formula, all right? That's just the way it is. And then we don't know where he got the new costume. It's just all of a sudden he had it in Justice League, and you're going like, well, where'd you get the new costume? Because the last one you wore had a big gaping hole in the chest. But no, that's totally, it served no purpose. You remove that, though, and you add the other, the runtime really doesn't change that much. But see, okay, the people out there that say that the opening scene served a purpose. Okay, so if he got the new costume that was slightly upgraded with like the shinier padding and everything like that, so that means in this version of Justice League, Joss Whedon's Justice League, when they shot that cell phone footage, that was before he died, right? So he found that costume before he died? Makes a lot of sense, and it looks like shit in that freaking cell phone footage. That one serves more purpose than the other. You know, it's like, I'm not really a fan of the silver padding underneath it, but, you know, I can understand, like, oh, it's a different suit that he finds in the Kryptonian ship. But according to these people, he went to the future, got the costume, and then went back to the past, and then we got that cell phone footage, and then he died wearing the older suit that didn't have it. What the fuck? Anyways, guys, that's just one of the things I was kind of going, well, that just screws up continuity right there. That just really screws up continuity, but, you know, people will push back on it. It's just like, what? The argument that scene serves more purpose than the other. It's just, it's beyond me. That's when you know that there's a bias, and some people can't relinquish it, and they always have to push back no matter how ridiculous it sounds. It just doesn't make sense. Like people who talk movies, you know who I'm talking about, who's pushing back. It's like, really, you're involved with movies. Your job is to critique movies, and you're telling me that scene has no purpose? You're just doing that to push back and to cause a ruckus and to get clicks. And that's bullshit, okay? Have some integrity, man! It's my line. And some people just don't want to have that. It's ridiculous. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about it down below. And like I said, first thing down below, go watch it on my site. I'll have it up there. And it's pretty awesome. You know, you see some Snyder in there. You don't see Whedon. But you see some awesome stuff. And let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my content. And, of course, visit the closet for merchandise. That's right. All right. Talk to you later.